Welcome students. So we are starting with the second video of if-else in Python programming. Last video we have seen how to use if and if-else. We will go ahead with the if-else programming in Python. This is a flowchart. Test expression, if test expression. If it is true, body of if will be executed. If it is false, the body of else will be executed. So simply, if condition is true, if body will be executed. If the condition is false, else body will be executed. So we'll go through the same expression as we have seen to find out the number is even or odd. Same example. So if x mod 2 equal to 0, if the condition is true, the number is even. If the condition is false, which is written as else, the number is odd. So what is expected output? Obviously the number is odd. So we'll see this in a collab. Yes, same example, we will modify it. Else, the condition, no need to put it. Else, odd number. So let's see what happens. See this. This is a odd number. So else means that it's a default condition when the condition is false. Okay. I will go through the one more example. Write a code for comparison of two numbers. X, y is equal to 8, 4. So x is assigned 8, y is assigned 4. If x is less than y, condition, colon, st is equal to x is less than y. Else, if it is not true, else x is greater than y. Print st. Now 8 and 4. So what is expected output? X is greater than y. Same thing will be achieved in a collab. Now you can have the shorthand if else statement also, like shorthand if. If you have only one statement to execute, one for if and one for else, you can put it all on the same line. So suppose A is 2, B is 330. Print A, the if statement first, if A is greater than B. Else print B. So now A is 2, B is 330. A greater than B, false. So the under the if, this is a statement. So this won't be executed. It will go to the false condition. So that means else print B. So the output is B. Got it? Few important points about the if else. The condition in if else is parenthesis free. The condition can have and or operator, logical operator. It should be end with a colon. It must return either true or false, Boolean data type. The zero value is considered as a false, otherwise true. We'll go with the next part, that is if, else or else if. That is called as elif. Okay. So in the previous example, when you compare the two numbers, there was a condition where equal to condition was not there because only two cases are considered, either greater or smaller. There are some situations where you need to compare more conditions. In that case, if, elif, else statement is used. So let's go through the syntax. This is if condition 1 colon. If this condition is true, the indented block of statement for condition 1 will be executed. If it is next part, elif. Elif means else if. So you are putting else for this if but along with the if condition. So elif means it's a else if. So else if condition 2 true. So this condition is true, then indented statement block for the condition 2 will be executed. And if this is also false, this is also false, by default this condition is else will be executed. So this is called as if, elif, else statement. So we'll just go through the flow chart. See that test condition of if it is true, body of if will be executed. If it is false, it will go to the next test condition of else if, that means elif. If it is true, body of elif will be executed. If it is false, the body of else will be executed. So it is a in correlation of if, elif and else. Okay. Now we will see the example. To find out sign of a number is assigned as minus 55. If number equal to 0, colon, this is the condition. It will be checked first. Is it true? If it is true, then you have to print it is 0. Now in this case, it is false. It will check another condition. Else, if number greater than 0, print positive number. Now also this condition is false. So it is not a 0, it is not a positive number. So the default condition for the false is else the number is negative number. So the num will be printed as a minus 55 is as it is comment and the negative number. So we'll execute the same code in a Colab. See this, the same code is written in a Colab. We will execute it. So the answer is negative number. See, you can change out the conditions also. Suppose if I change the condition from greater than, number greater than 0, if I made it less than 0, see what happens. If I return the else condition also. See here, I have changed the condition. Else if number less than 0, the number is negative number. So what happens in this situation? The number is equal to 0, false. So it won't be executed. It will go to the elif. Else if the condition num less than 0, yes, true. So the number is negative number. This is the output. So now in this case, it won't go to the else because after this, it will come out from the if else loop. Okay. Here we will take one more example. Write a code for comparison of two numbers. Now previous example, x and y both are 8. If x is less than y, st is equal to x is less than y. If x equal to y, colon st is equal to x is equal to y. Else means obviously the x is greater than y and the print st. Now this is if, elif and else. So this print is not a body of any of these. So it will consider the final reason. So obviously both are 8. So the result is x is equal to y. Okay. So we'll go to the next part. So we have one more example we need to find out. Read marks in percentages from student and find the grade of 8 as per the below condition. Above 75 distinction, 60% to 75% first class, 50% to below 60% second class, 40% to below 50% and pass class below 40%. Pass class below 40% failed. Okay. Now we will write a code like that. Marks. So marks you need to enter it from the student side. So we are going to use the function input function. Enter the marks. Now right now we have 4 to 5 conditions. So in this case we cannot use if. We cannot use if else. So what is the option? We have to use if, elif and else ladder. So we will start with marks will be entered by the user. If marks are greater than or equal to 75, colon, what is to be printed? Distinction. Else if means elif, the marks greater than or equal to 60, first class. elif, marks greater than or equal to 50, second class. elif, marks greater than or equal to 40, pass class. And if all these conditions are false, the else condition is print fail. So whatever the marks you are going to enter, as per the condition, the body of if elif will be executed and you will get the result. So we'll execute the same in a Colab. Input function. I hope you have understood the input function in a unit 1. The input function allows user to input. Suppose you write a is equal to raw underscore input function. It's a raw string input, result is 12. Or whenever you write a, it is a string 12. Suppose you have written x is equal to input, enter your name, colon. So, and you have written print hello, comma, plus x. As input function is used to user for inputting, enter your name, you have entered Vijay, and obviously the hello Vijay will get printed. So the same thing is observed in a Colab. So we will see that. See this marks float. The same code I have written over here. So we will execute it. See, enter the marks. So suppose I entered 80, distinction. So I want to execute it once again. 55. See this, when you entered 55, the result is second class. Why second class? It is marks greater than or equal to 50. So the result is second class. See this is the examples of nested if. Nested if means that in the if you are going to use the another if statements or another if else statement. So that is called as nested if. See the x is equal to 41. If x is greater than 10, print it is above 10. But within that I want to check one more condition, if. So this if is under this if, that is called as nested if. If x is greater than 20, you have to print and also it is above 20. And if it is not, else condition, but it is not above 20. Okay. So obviously the result is it's above 10, also above 20. Nested if statement. When you have an if statement inside another if statement, this is called nesting in the programming world. It doesn't have to always be a simple if statement, but you could use the concept of if else, and even if else statement combined to form more complex structure. Any number of these statements can be nested inside one another. Indentation is the only way to figure out level of nesting. So the indentation is very important in the case of nesting. We will go through this example. This is nesting example. So just now we have seen to find out the positive, negative or zero of a number. Now I have used the input function to have a number from the user. If number greater than or equal to 0, first condition. Within that I am going to check another condition. If number equal to 0, print 0. Else print positive number. And for this if it is not true, then else it is a negative number. So there are variety of ways to write a program. We'll go through that nested if else statement. So it is to find out largest of the numbers. So three numbers are entered, number 1, number 2 and number 3. So let's have a look. If number 1 greater than number 2, nested if, within this if number 1 is also greater than number 3, so the number 1 is largest. Else the largest is number 3. Okay. Else, for this if, this is a else. If num2 greater than num3, the largest is num2. Else the largest is num3. If you see that for this if, this is a if else nested with the same indentation. and for this else of this if, this is the same